Hello, welcome to Showboys. I am Father. I didn't change my subheader, but that's okay. Two different podcasts happen at the same time. I am joined tonight, as always, by Chad. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm good, man. This one's a little hard for me. It's opening night of football right now going on. It's a little hard, but if it wasn't for this episode, I'd be having a harder time with it. This episode, I can't wait to talk about this episode. So, how are you, Father?
I am wonderful, and I'm even better because I changed my title.
You're grambling.
Yeah, so we're here again for episode 5, titled "In Space, No One." ...
Yeah,
which is perfect for this episode. Yeah. We had a nice little callback to our crew from the first episode, which I didn't think would happen. I thought it was just like a one-off, like, hey, here's this crew, or just they don't really matter. I mean, they still don't really matter, but a little bit more insight to like some of the stuff that's going on.
Yeah,
that we didn't see from Morrow's point of view in the first episode.
Yeah, we definitely. I might be just riding the high off of this episode, but I almost want to say that this episode is basically
an Alien movie,
a remake of the original Alien movie. And it might be. This might be just me riding the high, and I love the original Alien. Don't get me wrong, but this might be better than the original Alien. Like just this self-contained 1 hour, balls to the wall,
and it's got everything that we've talked about before with the claustrophobic.
Dude. Yep.
So much of that happening in tight spaces.
Yeah.
Before we jump in, shout out our top 2 patrons, Tim B, Yusuf H, and Joe C. You guys are awesome. You rock. We love you. Love all our patrons. So yeah, this episode, we knew it was coming because we talked about it last week. We knew we were going to be in space. But this would have been a little jarring if you didn't see like a trailer or anything for this week's episode. But we start off with Morrow waking from his cryo chamber from his sleep, and there's chaos happening in the ship. There's a fire. The 2 facehuggers got loose and attacked and killed the captain. Which, well, actually, I don't know. I think the doctor actually killed the captain trying to cut the facehugger off him, and then that's when they realized that they bleed acid.
Yep.
So, and I think the other one at the moment was still alive because he was breathing and the facehugger was moving.
Yep.
And I think it's funny, like the kid is just like rambling on and on and on to Morrow, and Morrow's in his underwear. Yep. He didn't even change. He's just like, all right, what's happening? Where's the fire? The kid tells them about the little love thing happening between the captain and the other chick.
Yeah.
So, and they're 17 days away from Earth. So a lot is going wrong right now.
You really get kind of a sense of the timing, especially with Morrow's like little flashback to when he reads that letter later on in the episode. Yes. You get, and like I said, dude, anything that deals with space travel and time, I love, because that's actually how all this would work if we were actually traveling in space. Time is a major resource that you have to take into consideration. But yeah, I love that element. But yeah, I don't know, dude. It's just, I mean, I love the claustrophobic in space stuck with a xenomorph on a ship. So that might be why I love this episode so much. I do have not so much complaints. I have like some questions. Like I'm just gonna say it now. The xenomorph just looks weird and acts weird as well in this episode. And I don't know if that is on purpose. I don't know if that's a budget thing. They just couldn't afford, or P. Diddy bought up all the baby oil and they couldn't get any baby oil to slather our xenomorph on, or what's going on. But he's not wet enough, bro. He is not wet enough. He looks like a costume. That's what he looks like.
looks like a dude in a costume.
It looks like a dude in a costume.
The way it moves sometimes, I'm like, that kind of looks like some guy wearing an alien outfit.
Here, for me, especially when we look at the Alien franchise, I'd much rather it be a guy in a suit moving.
Yes, but more than
CGI.
like an animatronic or a CGI.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they do some of that anyway.
They did some of the CGI, yeah. Definitely CGI in this episode. Definitely a little wonky on the CGI in this episode. It's nothing to the extent of like Alien 3.
It's not
horrendous, but
it's not show breaking.
No,
it didn't pull me out of it.
No.
I mean, it was. I feel like it flowed
Yeah.
smoothly and everything looked good.
Yeah.
So I think then we jump to like, because Morrow is trying to figure out, because there's something going on. He's like watching the cameras and, you know, there's like blind spots and whatever. He's trying to figure out if the ship's been sabotaged, which it has been.
Yeah.
So he launches an investigation. It starts a whodunit type situation. So paranoia is spreading. They basically I feel like at this point, if it were me, I'd be like, all right, well, we're all dead because all these things are loose. There's this creature lurking around. We don't know what's happening.
Yep.
So he learns from one of the engineers that the ship's navigation system was compromised and they're headed towards Earth on a crash course with Earth. And Morrow's search leads him to a tense conversation with so there's the chick. She becomes the acting captain of
Correct.
the ship.
Yep.
Zaveri, who, like I said, was romantically involved with the actual captain. And then this is the part where you're talking about where Morrow receives the belongings of his daughter, which is a nice little like humanity element to him because he's very much mission based.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, the human part of him is like,
comes out a little bit here.
I want to see my daughter again.
Yeah. Comes out a little bit here. Did we know? I think he did say that his daughter was dead at some point in previous episodes.
I can't remember.
I could be wrong, but I did. So I don't know if you even caught it, but did you read the letter that he gets?
I tried. I wasn't able to do my second watch through, but
so the letter is basically from Wayland Yutani saying mission year 8 of 65. So this is 8 years into his 65-year mission that his daughter was killed in a fire that destroyed her home. And her effects have been placed in storage for you when you return in 53 years. That's what it says. So
I did get a feeling that it was bad news.
Yeah, it's definitely bad news, and you see the emotion on his face as well. You know, I think he has like a tear run down his eye there. But yeah, just again another thing that you don't really think about when you leave your whatever she was 8-year-old daughter to go on this mission. I guess 11-year-old daughter to go on this mission. And you're not going to be back for 65 years. Yeah. Like she's going to be an old lady by the time you come back. So it's like little things you don't think about.
The two engineers actually have a conversation similar to that, where it's just, you know, then there's another mission. You know, you do this for X amount of years and then you're back, but then you're gone again. Because the older engineer guy was talking to the younger guy about his wife. And like, well, she's probably not going to be around when I get back. So
yeah,
that's
a tough thing to. It's a tough really thing tough. Yeah, it's a tough thing
for a quarter of a share.
Yeah, for a quarter of a share. Yeah, right. It's a tough thing, and you know that I think that is the kind of the emotional part of Interstellar, the movie, as well as he leaves his daughter and all this stuff happens. And dude, I don't know what it is, man. That's that ending scene of Interstellar gets me every time. Like it's the only scene that consistently makes me tear up.
It's such a good movie.
It's such a good movie. But yeah, the timing thing I love. And there's a game coming out that is going to be playing with the space travel and time thing. Exodus, I think is, and actually Matthew McConaughey is voice acting in that movie. Yeah.
That'd be pretty sick. Okay, so now they put the one guy who's still alive. I think his name's Bronsky.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of names that I will not remember.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to remember these ones because they're all dead, and this is a flashback. So,
right. So they put him in cryosleep, hoping to persevere his body.
Yeah.
That maybe it'll, slow whatever's happening.
Yep.
But we know what happens. It bursts out.
Yeah, we see that. So I think we see that in the initial scene for the show. We see him laying in the sleep pod with the chest burst open and the glass burst out of it.
Yes.
So we knew it was coming. But yeah, it's still enjoyable to watch every time. It's still enjoyable.
It's just something dude. There's something about the face huggers.
Yeah, dude,
that whole thing.
They're horrifying.
Yeah.
Especially when they show it, and I think Romulus did this really well, where they showed it from almost the point of view of the person that it's trying to attack, and it's like freaking little dangly things trying to go down his throat. It's like, dude, this is nasty.
That's
bro.
Nightmare fuel, bro.
It's nightmare fuel. Yeah, absolutely.
I would say what's worse than that, and this show has this episode is really up that, is like all the different creatures that they've been showing us and what they do.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. So we then go to the where the scientist is in
research
the lab.
Yeah.
She's like watching this. I don't know if it was like the leech thing and it fed it a rat, and then the eye was watching her the whole time and like tapping the glass. Like, dude, this eye is like, dude, crazy stupid smart.
I'm telling you that this eyeball octopus thing is going to be the standout star of this series. At least this first season. If we get more seasons here, I don't know if we're going to. It is a standout, dude. And every scene that it's been in so far has been almost as harrowing as any of the Xenomorph scenes, because almost more, especially this episode. This thing is on point. This episode,
and it's like it's calculating and like thinks, and it's like planning things. Like it's like a master chess player,
right?
Like it's thinking ahead. Like, okay, if I do this, if I get her distracted long enough, and I'm pretty sure that it communicates to the leech thing to open up the hatch.
So I was wondering, that, because when you look at, because really that's just like it's a bug, essentially an insect. It's just an alien looking insect, but everything in the show has got some level of intelligence to it, because that thing literally sticks its little hand through the thing and unscrews the lid to the, and I was like, what is going on? Like, these things are smart, bro.
Yeah, it's so insane. So it gets out, right? And then it kind of falls down and it goes to her it's not a Yeti, but her thermos.
Yes.
And like sprays out some kind of stuff into her water. And I was like, all right, well, she's dead, right?
Yeah.
She's like on her. They set that up perfectly. There's no question about it.
Oh yeah.
So then I think, someone comes in because she ends up leaving and then puts the eye jar back up in the containment thing, but doesn't lock it.
Yeah. So
like
she tries to lock it, and I think it's not in there all the way, so it unlatches itself, and then she gets distracted, and then she forgets to latch it back up.
And then another brilliant part of this eye thing is it's like ramming itself against the glass because it knows that it's not locked in.
Yeah.
So it falls and breaks and it's free.
Yeah.
Crap. Not good, man. I mean, we know what this thing does at this point, but they have no idea what they're in for.
Yep.
So I think I missed a part because Morrow's watching the tapes, but sees like people walking around, and I think he's like missing some pieces of who's coming in and who's going out.
Yeah.
But he is interrogating the crew. That one, the whole part with I think he's the doctor, the longer hair guy, and he's like dripping with sweat, and like the vents are dripping on him, and he just wants to go home.
Yep.
You know, he's got nothing to hide. He's he's not the problem.
Yep.
So he's trying to figure out who's doing or who did this. So he confronts the Asian guy. I can't remember what his Chang or
I think it's something like that. Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but then he like kind of hints to him like there's someone else that's not going to sleep, or like there's someone else awake when everyone else is sleeping. So this leads Morrow to go through the ship logs. He's like downloading a bunch of logs from the previous nights or whatever. Realizes and there's a bunch of people making videos back home, and then we see another engineer, I think it's who it is, talking to someone, and he's talking to Kid Cavalier.
Yeah. Yep.
That was, I mean, my jaw didn't hit the floor, but I was like, wow. But
I was shocked.
Again, I'm not surprised. I mean, I was shocked, but not surprised, because I feel like there's a lot more that these people like know than what they're letting on.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think, this one shocked me a little bit, because they set this up as being a ship that just simply crash lands into Earth, right? And that's really how they set the whole show up. It's a crash landed ship, deep research vessel that crashes into whatever Prodigy City, I think they call it. But you don't really think like, oh no, it was really this dude saying, hey, bring that stuff to me and I'll pay you. And it makes so much sense, because these people on the ship, they're not getting paid a lot of money, I mean, maybe they are for, but if you break it down over 65 years, it's probably not that much.
And they're going to have to like give their entire lives to be able to make a decent profit.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And then they're going to be too old to really enjoy it.
Right. Yep.
So I think we are in the cafeteria at some point, which this scene was crazy, because the doctor, or the scientist who had the thermos, had it sitting right in front of her, and I was waiting for her to take a drink the whole time.
Yeah, me too. So was I.
And the one kid next to her is like chowing down on food, and like the captain, the interim captain, is trying to have a conversation with everyone. Like, there's some crazy stuff going down. We need to like, there's someone. This is before Mara figures out, because they're trying to figure out who did it.
Who didn't? Yeah.
So, and this is like, she's yelling at him, come on, this is serious. This isn't time to eat or whatever. He eventually begins to like choke on his food. And then he quickly grabs the thermos.
Yeah.
It takes a big swig.
Yep. And I was like, oh man, because he's like the youngest, like clearly the new kid on the crew. Like, he's very young. He's working in like the crappy area, like the maintenance area of the ship later on in the episode.
Yeah.
So I felt so bad. Like, the kid's just choking, and he's panic grabbed the bottle of water, and he just grabbed the wrong bottle of water.
It was sad to see. I felt bad for him, because you knew nothing good was going to happen from that. I mean, we've seen enough to know, even not seeing what this species is about, we know it's not going to go well for him.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's kind of cool for a while, like nothing happens. And then they all disperse, and she takes her thermos, and she's not going to drink it now, because he drank drank it, and she's not going to drink after him. So
probably a smart move. There might be a couple more floating around in there,
Yeah, dude.
Dude, it was like just to go back to the water bottle scene, it was like a nasty ejection of tadpoles that would squirt into this water. It was so nasty, dude.
It was so gross.
Yeah, so gross.
So, yeah, I mean, that whole part, and I think it cuts to them then in like the containment area of the ship where all the other aliens are. I feel like I'm missing a lot. I apologize.
I don't think you are, man. You're doing good.
They're together, like the older guy's working in some kind of like vent, trying to fix something. And the kid, and this is where they have their conversation about talk about loved ones. And I think he said something about the guy's wife, and the guy's like, well, by the time I get home, it'll be, she won't be around. I mean, she was like 30 when I left.
Yeah, 31.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So like she's going to be probably like his grandma or old.
Yeah.
Or dead.
Which is so wild to think about. And it makes more sense in here because they're going into cryo sleep and they're not really aging. And right. Even astronauts today, like our astronauts, when they go to space and come back, they're technically a little bit younger than they would have been if they just stayed here. So, like I said, dude, I'm just obsessed with the time aspect of space. Cool. is baffling and really, really cool to dive into.
Could you imagine if that was a thing and we could do like cryo sleep?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's going to come eventually. Eventually.
Yeah. I definitely feel we're
probably not in our lifetime. Maybe in like the kids' lifetime we'll have something, because NASA's been working on it for years now, some sort of cryo sleep for these astronauts. And you're going to need that naturally if you want to send humans out into space. You're going to need to have that, because you can't pack 65 years worth of food onto the ship, right? Or resources onto the ship for them. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Well, it's really smart too. Like limited resources, you get really prolonged life out of your people. Yeah. Because there's a big chunk of time that they're not even doing anything.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, that's great. I've always been fascinated by that. Anytime I see a show or a movie that has that in it, I'm like, that's pretty sick.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was, it's Aliens, the sequel, when they pick Ripley up out of the little space pod that she was in. It's been like 50 something years since the original Alien movie, and she's just been floating off into space in this ship in this cryo chamber. So, I mean, she rolls up, and there's actually a scene that's cut out of the original Alien movies that shows her daughter, like her coming back to talk to her daughter, and her daughter's older than she is now, like significantly older than she is.
Yeah.
But that, for whatever reason, that was cut out, probably because it's like a freaking 2.5 hour long movie anyway. So they're like, we should probably cut some of this stuff out.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a couple things we get. The I don't know if he's a doctor, but Chen, the one guy, he's like still in like the interrogation room when a lot of the stuff is going on, when like stuff is kind of calm.
Yeah.
And then we see the drip on his face.
The famous drip.
And he looks up and he sees the xenomorph just chilling in the vent, and then he screams.
Yeah. The most epic scream of all time too. Like the most horrified scream you could ever imagine a human making. Like
which I was like kind of confused by that, because I wasn't sure if he was human or not.
So it's a good point, because I thought that as well. Because he doesn't act human, like he acts kind of like an android.
Yeah,
but he is smoking throughout multiple scenes. So I was like, all right, maybe he's human. But then I thought in my head, and this might just be like I might be like Mandela affecting myself right now, but I thought I remembered Ash smoking, the robot from the first movie, but I had to go back and re-verify that. But if you watch Prometheus, there's kind of like they kind of toy with the idea of why they make these robots so human and why they make them do human things that they don't need to do, like eat. In Prometheus, it's put one of the space helmets on, and he's like, "Why are you putting that on? Like, you don't breathe. Why are you putting that on?" And he says, "My creators thought it would be easier for you to work with me if I was more like you." I was like, "That makes sense." So he could. Honestly, we don't really even see that. Do we see him get killed? We just see him scream, right?
You just see him scream, or hear him scream, like, because if he wasn't human, the xenomorph wouldn't have cared, right?
But it's a little hit or miss on the show so far, because we've seen scenes where Morrow is being pursued by the xenomorph in this episode, in the first episode, when he gets down into the underground panic room or whatever. But then we also see moments in the show where the xenomorph kills everybody behind him and doesn't touch him. So it's like,
or like gets really close to him, but doesn't, but then gets distracted by someone else.
Yeah. Yep.
So maybe the alien is a little ADD or something.
Yeah, it could be. Be. Yeah. I think it may. I like to think that maybe it's like a percentages thing. Like he is 70% robot and 30% human, or whatever it is. Yeah, and the xenomorph's like, I only go after the 50 and above percents. I'm not here for the 30s.
So, okay, I did have a question about this particular xenomorph, because this is the same one, from now until Wendy kills it.
Yes.
Is there like a growth as far as like hunting? Like, does it mature in its hunting style, or is it like,
so
what I mean?
I'm sure that there is a timing to this on the internet somewhere, but these things do rapidly grow, and we've seen that through the entirety of the franchise. I mean, really within a whole movie, you're seeing it born as an infant and then becoming grown like 20 minutes later. So we don't know the exact timing. I don't know the exact time. I'm sure it's on the internet somewhere, but you have to assume that it does go through some sort of growth with its predatory stages, right? And that's almost what it seems like here. This almost seems like it is a infant xenomorph, or not an infant, like a child infant,
like a teen,
like a teen xenomorph, because he does do some weird stuff in this episode multiple times.
Which, I mean, that could explain away some of it.
It could. Yeah,
but I again, I don't know, like, the timing of everything. Like, I mean, you think about the progression of most creatures, like, I mean, even humans. I mean, we all go through stages of growth and maturity and reasoning and thought and some instinct stuff, because we don't come out of the womb with fight or flight reflexes,
right?
We grow into that. So I wonder if that's maybe a similar thing. I don't know.
I mean, it could explain maybe what they were doing with the weirdness of this alien during this episode. It's really just one specific scene, and when we get to it, I'll point it out. But yeah, it says online, it's like they grow into adult size in the matter of hours.
Oh, wow.
So, but you have to assume that they're still going through that growth phase, that change. So,
yeah, that's crazy. I would still poop my pants.
Dude, if I saw this thing. I'd straight pass out. Like, he wouldn't even have to kill me. I'd just pass out, and he'd probably just walk past me like, oh, that was easy.
That was easy. Skip. So let's see. The engineers are together, right? In the container section. They're talking. The kid starts to kind of feel a little nauseous.
Yep.
The guy's like, if you throw up, I'm going to hurt you or whatever. And he throws up, but it's blood.
Pure blood, yeah.
And then he passes out.
Yep.
And then the guy's like, help, help. So they take him to medbay. They have him in this some kind of like bay or whatever to analyze, and they see like foreign bodies or whatever in his chest.
Yep.
So they're like, all right, well, we're going to do surgery, cut him open and see what it is. Doctor does it. Meanwhile, Morrow and the captain, the interim captain, are called to the med bay outside at the glass. And when they cut him open, we see a whole bunch of ticks.
Yep.
Like running around. Dude, this is so much of this episode was nightmare fuel.
Oh yeah, dude. Body horror to the extreme right here.
And there's something about bugs too. Like a lot of stuff doesn't bother me, but bugs do.
Yeah.
So a lot of this episode I was cringing and like, oh, I wanted to watch, but at the same time I'm like, I don't want to watch.
Yeah.
So they weren't sure what to do. The doctor was like, well, I'll just take him out, whatever. The captain, what I don't know what her name is. It doesn't matter. She's dead.
Yeah.
She's like, no, whatever. Her and Morrow are having a conversation too.
He's trying. I think Morrow's trying to be like, you gotta shut it down.
Yeah,
like,
shut it down.
Just
you
shut
need
it down.
You need to be captain.
You need to be captain.
That's what
shut this all down. This is gonna go bad. And she doesn't do anything. And then I think the surgeon eventually is like, you know what, whatever. I'm just gonna pull one of these things off.
So he's got these like weird tweezer things.
Yeah.
Grabbing at these things.
Yep.
And as soon as he does, it releases this gas. And both doctors in the room are dead. Yeah. Within like seconds.
And I don't know if you picked it up, but it was gnarly, dude. Like their eyes were bleeding. Like it was real gnarly.
Well, so go ahead.
No, yeah, that's all right.
I was just gonna say it's cool to see because we had in episode 1 or 2 when Joe and his crew were walking through, he was like analyzing everything as it happened, and then these people died of choking or whatever. And now we see like everything that happened.
Yeah.
It's just really cool to see that angle of it.
Yeah, definitely. And we do have to point out that during, and I don't know when it might be after this. No, because she kind of freezes up after this, right?
Yes.
She is in a panic. So it was before this, she goes into the captain room, the classic alien captain room, and talks to the computer. And we get basically the same thing that pans out in the first Alien movie, where it pretty much says the organisms are top priority, all else is secondary. Yep. And then it like berates her basically. It's like acknowledge.
Yes.
And she doesn't acknowledge right away, and it's like acknowledge. It repeats itself, and then it says acknowledge or the science officer will take over the ship. Like it is like make sure that you understand this. The crew classic explanation from the Alien movie, crew expendable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mission above all else.
Mission above all else. And I love that. Yeah, dude. When you look at this is like a 2025 reimagining of the first Alien movie. Like it is like a remake of the first Alien movie with some more other elements in it, with the eyeball and the little tick spitting thing.
I freaking love what they've added. Like,
yeah, dude, so am I.
Could not be happier. Like it's like being newer to this franchise, which I'm sad to say that, but also not, because I have like fresh eyes on it.
Right.
And I haven't been like so brutally disappointed with a lot of the other ones.
Yeah.
So like I'm seeing a lot of the good.
Right. Which is a good place to be in. And I wish that I could erase that, the being bitch slapped by the Alien franchise over the 90s. I wish I could get rid of that, but it's always there. But I will say, and I like I said, I love Prometheus. I love Alien Covenant. I think it loses a little bit of its claustrophobic elements in those two movies because they're on planets. They're not really in ships. But you still get some of it throughout, specific scenes. Romulus is like maybe it's certainly top 3 movies. I'd have to really look at it between Alien and Romulus, because Alien, when you go back and watch Alien now, it's good, but I think it's good because I have that nostalgic tie to it. You know what I mean? Absolutely. I mean, there are elements in that movie that don't hold up well. There's one moment, and I think it's at the end of the movie, where she is like getting onto the escape pod or whatever it is, and the alien is like in the wall, and she like pops it open, and it just scares her like a Halloween, like a haunted house, like rah. He like sticks his hands out like rah. And I'm like, dude, this is so cheesy looking now. Like that thing would have just pounced on her if we had 2025 technology back when they made it. You know?
She would have been ripped apart in seconds.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh geez. But yeah, like I said, I'm glad to be at this place on this journey with Alien.
Yeah.
And experiencing this show with like little prior Alien experience, which is really cool.
And and I agree with you. The alien organisms that they've brought into the show are the best of the franchise, I think. Even the blood sucking thing in the first episode, like that was cool. This tick thing is cool, but the eye the eye monster needs a movie of its own, because it would be epic.
It's solo movie.
Its first solo movie. It deserves it after this. But it shows you, like, it makes you think about just how dangerous going to other planets and getting things from that planet and trying to bring it back, not knowing what it is. And I always love the movies that play with the dangerousness of just the flora and fauna of the planet that you're going to. And even like War of the Worlds. I don't know if you've ever seen the Tom Cruise remake of War of the Worlds. At the end of that movie, they're killed by like microorganisms on Earth, the aliens. So they're like getting nuked, and the military is attacking them throughout the whole movie. And it's the microorganisms that are what kill.
Was it the birds, or am I thinking? Or was that?
I don't remember exactly specifically what it was. It was some sort of. Yeah, it was some sort of microorganism. I don't think it was a bird, but I was like, dude, that's such a freaking cool way to kill him.
What was that Keanu Reeves movie where he's the alien that comes to Earth?
Oh, The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
I don't know if I've ever seen that one, to be honest with you. That might be it. But yeah, I always love that stuff. I think Covenant does that really well, where they go down and they are basically infected by like a mold spore on this planet that gets everybody sick. Have you seen Prometheus and Covenant?
I've seen Prometheus, but it's been a while.
Okay. Yeah.
But I didn't
on Covenant.
But I didn't go into it like knowing, or maybe I like thought it was an alien movie, but then like not really. So I was like, this is kind of cool.
Yeah. That's it's funny because that's like I said a couple episodes ago, that's exactly how I watched that movie. And it's weird to go back and watch it now, where there's so much Weyland-Yutani stuff in that. I don't understand how I did not register in my brain that this was tied to the Alien franchise. But I thought it was just going to be it's the Alien franchise, but we're doing something else. It's not going to be tied to the xenomorph in any capacity. I didn't know it was going to be like an origin story of the xenomorph. So okay, go ahead, continue. I got on a little tangent.
You're good. It was worth it. It was worth it. So they're like, the gas has killed the scientists or the doctors. The chick, the captain, is like freaking out, like she can't do anything. And I think it might be Morrow that has them like gas the room.
Yes. Yeah. He pretty much, I think it's that point he kind of takes control of the ship.
He does take control. Yeah.
So he has them gas the room, which was probably the smart move to do to begin with, especially after you see this gas that just makes these people bleed out of every hole in their body. It's like, okay,
Yes.
yeah, we've seen enough.
We've seen all we
enough.
need to see here.
Yep.
Let's kill them all. Gas the whole thing. Like, but it doesn't kill the ticks,
right?
Because they scurry out of him and down his legs.
Yep.
And I think onto the floor. Or yeah, because I think they go out to the vent or out through the vent or something like that.
Yes. Yep.
So this is when I believe Morrow, like you said, he takes control, but he leaves. I think I can't remember exactly where he's going. Maybe for the guns.
Yep.
But basically he leaves her there. And then like the next scene, she's just standing there chilling, like still like
traumatized,
frozen.
Yeah.
And then we start to see the angle move of the camera. And then we see the xenomorph behind her.
Yep.
And she like turns around, freaks out, and she's like trying to pull her gun out, and he like, does he grab her leg and
he whips
her?
Whips her with his tail, I think. And this is the sequence I was talking about earlier, where the alien just, I don't know if he's not moving right or he's just acting weird. He stands there for like a considerable amount of time, and he's almost acting like he's blind. And I don't know what exactly is going on, but he just we've seen the xenomorphs up on their back legs per se. I mean, that's how they move, but it just seems weird here. I don't know I don't know why it looks so weird. But he's just moving really freaking weird. And I'm like, what is he doing?
I'm like waiting for him to impale her with his tail.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen.
Right.
And like, is he like just trying to freak her out as much as he can before he kills her, or like playing with his food?
I liked it. I mean, I kind of like our theory that maybe this is like an
inexperienced
predator. Yeah. Baby xenomorph's first hunt, and he's figured it out as he goes, Here
you go. Good luck.
Yep.
Figure it out on your own.
Yeah, he's
inexperienced. This is his first time.
I like it.
Give him a chance. Give him a chance.
I like it.
Well, not too long because he dies.
Yeah, he does. He picks up real quick.
So this leads to like a crazy chase down the hallways, which she should have been dead.
Yeah,
way before she did die.
Yeah.
So there's a part where, okay, Morrow and I think it's the kid, they get guns going down the hall, and then there's a dude down the hallway, and he starts shooting at them.
Yep.
And very conveniently for them, they're right by the lab.
Yeah.
So they're like, Morrow's trying to open the door, opens the door. They go inside where our good buddy, the Eye, is. And they're still having this shoot off. The kid gets shot. They go in. Morrow sets the kid up against I think it's actually the same pipes where he ties the other two guards up from episode 1 or 2.
Yep.
So they're sitting there. They're still shooting at each other. And then the kid catches a bullet in his eye or in his head. So, and Morrow's still shooting at him. So I think, does he kill him here? Or does he take off after him?
I think he takes off after him. So this is our guy that, and you see a little bit of his face. It's kind of a mystery at first at who's shooting at him, but you do end up seeing his face, and it's the guy that was talking to Boy Cavalier that kind of set this whole thing in motion.
Yep.
So I think he chases after him, and then he pulls like what is it? The T-1000 from Terminator 2, the like sharp sword hand thing that Morrow has here.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So that's how he stabs him. And the guy pretty much tells him like, you can kill me, but you can't stop what I set in motion. Like it's happening. It's impossible to reverse. So we know that they're on a crash course to Earth, and now we know that they're not going to be able to stop it.
Yeah,
So
there's nothing stopping in this ship. It's the train off the rails. So the Zaveri, I think is her name, hopefully. So she's running from the xenomorph down the halls. She gets to one of the rooms where we see the one engineer guy just kind of standing there, like looking off the opposite way. And she's trying to, I think she gets like a torch and she's trying to like burn the door shut because she's trying to like barricade herself in, which was stupid, but she didn't know any better. Yeah. And she's like, hey, help me lock this door so we don't die. And then he turns around slowly and we see he is taken over by the eye.
Yeah.
Droopy, dude. Like so creepy.
So creepy, dude. And it is, dude, I'm telling you, the eye monster is scarier than the xenomorph. Like that thing gets into your eye and then controls your body. Like that's wild. The xenomorph's just gonna kill you or cocoon you up in the wall and you're gonna get a face hugger on your face. This thing is it's wild, dude. And the effects, the special effects here are incredible as this thing's in his eye.
My question though is it's more of a parasite, right? So it needs a host.
Yes.
To move and to do all these things. It just controls it.
Yeah.
Which is so wild that this little tiny creature, terrifying, has so much control.
So much control. Yeah.
But has so much strength too. It like almost gives its host extra strength.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's like a whole like tussle. The alien is trying to open the door all while this is happening, but cannot.
Yes.
It leaves, and then Morrow comes, and he's able to open the door with like barely any effort, right?
Right. Yeah.
So this dude is stupid strong. Right?
Very strong. Yeah.
So he comes in, and does she leave at this point? I think she gets out somehow, and it's just that guy, or
so she I think she gets out of there when Morrow, because I think it's during eventually the xenomorph comes in.
Yes,
and they start attacking each other.
Well, it's crazy because I think that the guy is wrestling with Morrow, but then makes some kind of weird like chatter.
Yes.
Some kind of like noise.
Yeah.
And the xenomorph comes back.
Yeah.
But then Morrow shoots him with the gun. He gets knocked back and Morrow takes up. So it's now the eye and the xenomorph.
Yep.
And they fight each other.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, what is happening right now?
And
like,
honestly, the xenomorph was kind of getting worked over there for a minute too. Like,
yes, until he got his tail finally.
Until his tail decided to show up finally in the episode. Stabs him multiple times in the back with the tail. Yeah, dude, the whole fight sequence was sweet. But the part that I love the most is that eye monster tries to jump out of the dude's eye into the xenomorph's eye. Yes. But it doesn't have any eyes to jump into.
Yeah.
So it just hits it, and he, the xenomorph like, kind of freaks out and runs away. That was like, dude, that is so like this thing needs its own movie. It needs a standalone movie.
That was the moment.
That was the moment.
But okay, so my thing that I need to know at some point, because they have not answered it. There's some kind of beef between the eye and the xenomorph. Like
it would appear, yeah.
So what it like? So I need to know
I think the original thought, probably for the eye octopus. We need to come up with a better name for this thing. Keep calling it. It has its own name in the show, but it's like 35 letters long. So I'm not even going to attempt it. It's like a medical term for this thing. But I think the original plan was he wanted help, so he did that call thing to get the xenomorph to come in. And then that kind of scurried Morrow away. And then he was like, shit, I wasn't really expecting to fight this thing. And the xenomorph just wants to kill anything. And he is looking at human biologics in front of him. So he's going to try to kill it. You know, I don't know if the xenomorph's smart enough to realize that there's another creature in there controlling him. But
I wonder if it's something like a situation of like the enemy of my enemy is my friend type thing. Like they have like the same like hunting instinct, but when it's just them, they will try to kill each other.
Yes.
Like just a dominant, like a proof of dominance, like a show of force. Like I'm the dominant one here.
Yep.
But I would say that I might have a little bit higher of a status right now.
I agree.
Because it can do a lot more.
Yes. Yes.
The xenomorph is just going to chop you up.
And it can survive a lot more as well. The xenomorph is very durable. Don't get me wrong. You know, they're very durable. But this thing, if its host gets killed, it can just pop out of the eye and scurry over to the cat and ride the cat out for a little bit. Scurry, you know, so. Which
is probably what happens here.
And I think that is exactly what happens. Yeah.
Because
and I thought we were going to get some cat action.
I know. I was hoping to see what would happen to the cat. I remember thinking as soon as I saw this like start to happen, I'm like, okay.
But we can assume that he scurries away, ship crashes. Obviously, the eye spider octopus thing survives.
Yeah.
And it goes and finds the cat, is what I assumed. So it was probably post crash the cat got his eye taken over.
So crazy. I can't get over this eye.
Yeah.
So craziness going on, right? So this is the part now where Morrow makes it to the command center area. And this is where we, you know, remember from episode 1 where he's talking to Mother or whatever. It's asking about the crew, if it's still alive or whatever. And we see, what is her name? Zavari. And she's pounding on the glass, you know, it's out here, help me. And then Morrow comes with his torch and welds the door shut. And now we see a little bit more what happens to her. I think we get more.
I don't know. It might be the same. Yeah, it might. Oh, no, we do get more because we just see her kind of get
and it's quick.
Shoved away through the window. Yeah.
But so she gets
definitely get
mutilated.
Yes. Good way to put it. Yeah. I just, the coldness of Morrow here, man, is intense as he just goes over, casually welds the door, walks back over and says, crew's dead or whatever he says on the like he just left her to rot.
I mean, but he's sticking to the mission.
He's a good company man. He's
doing
his company man,
fulfilling his orders.
Yep.
So then he gets in the pod and puts the mask on, and he's having flashbacks of him and his daughter on the beach. And then we get a change to present day.
Yep.
And we are at Weyland-Yutani.
Yes. Yep.
Where Morrow is standing and Yutani comes out.
Yeah. So I was under the wrong impression here. I was under the impression that they were separate. That is not the case. They're combined currently in the show. After Peter Weyland dies in Prometheus is when Yutani buys Weyland and they merge. So, but I love this scene, dude, because I'm a sucker for Japanese stuff. Yutani
awesome.
Is a Japanese company. They have a cherry blossom tree like in their lobby. They have very samurai-esque looking soldiers around them.
Yes.
So
that transition into that tree was
so cool.
Yeah,
so cool. But yeah, he has gone back home, let's say, to Weyland-Yutani to talk about it. And she's pretty much like Boy Cavalier has agreed to a sit down or however she says it. So we'll see if the lawyers can sort this out. And he's pretty much like, nah. Yeah.
We need to go in guns blazing.
Guns blazing, and I will kill Boy Cavalier for you. And that's
well, and she's
nice little twist.
She tells them, give him whatever he wants.
Yeah. I would too.
Yeah, I mean, he's proven himself.
Yeah,
he took a crazy, near impossible situation, like, because he couldn't control where the ship was going to land. It was set. It was a set course.
Yep.
But considering all the stuff that he did leading up to that point, yeah, he's earned his keep.
I agree. But yeah, I don't know, man. This episode was phenomenal. I'm glad, when we said last week, the title In Space No One, I was like, please let it be in space, and it is. That makes me very happy.
Yeah.
We get a lot of good background as far as stuff we didn't know. We didn't know that Prodigy had kind of set this whole thing up. Boy Cavalier was kind of the driving factor of the ship crashing into the city.
Right.
But yeah, it just shows how dark and twisted this kid is too, man. He's like, whatever, man, just crash it into this highly populated area.
Kill a bunch of people. I don't care.
Don't care. Just get him here. So
he's on the other end of that spectrum where, like, so Weyland Yutani is like, the mission is most important. You need to make sure the mission, it doesn't matter if the crew dies. And then Boy Cavalier is like, kill everyone. Just give me the stuff. I want all the stuff.
Yeah.
He's got some issues, and he's got a lot more issues coming to him, I believe.
Yeah.
I think he's in for a rude awakening.
Yeah.
I hope it's from the eye.
I hope. Oh, dude, the eye would be sick.
But that would be bad though, because if the eye did take him over, it could be bad.
It could be.
But I would rather that happen to him, because it would probably be more like torture on him.
Yeah, probably,
instead of a face hugger or a xenomorph just killing. Because
there's no indication that the eye monster is killing these people and then like reanimating them. Like, he's just straight lodging in their eyes and taking them over. So it would be more torturous. But I'd love to see the final shot of Boy Cavalier and his stupid freaking bare feet having a freaking chest burst open like that. I need that in my life.
Even better, the eye takes over, and we see him walking to his dresser and puts on some socks.
Yeah, he puts some socks on. That would be great, dude. If I wrote this show, that's what I would write that in for sure. That's the first thing the eye monster's gonna do, is put some socks on this kid.
He's not even gonna kill anybody. He's just gonna put some socks on. Dude, I think and hope we get more. I think we'll get more of the eye, and I hope we do. Because, like we keep saying, like, this little creature is stealing the show.
Yeah.
And it's as terrifying as it is, it's so cool to see.
It is definitely, we haven't really seen a lot of different alien creatures in the Alien franchise outside of different variations of the xenomorph, but it's one of the coolest out of everything that we've seen so far. It's just that, like, I would have never, like, kudos to the writers, dude. I would have never thought of, like, let's make an eyeball monster that gets into your eye, pops your eye out, and takes over your body. Like, it's just, it's wild.
That's fun.
It's wild.
And so we got 3 episodes left.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is the peak, it's about to go down. We're going to have a war, essentially.
Yep.
And we don't know what's going to happen on the island, but we know something bad is going to happen.
Yes.
And we have no idea what's going to happen with the baby xenomorph in Wendy. Like, where's that going? Where are we going with that?
What I am hopeful for doesn't happen is that becomes like her pet that she can control and do her bidding. And I hope that's not where they're going with this. I hope it's somewhere different direction. But I could see her in a scene with the xenomorph standing up next to her, and she pulls off her little freaking weird magnetic sword that she has on her back. So I hope that's not what happens. Something tells me that that's going to be used in some capacity. She's going to order this thing to do something for her.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not an issue or a thing where like it's her pet, but maybe she's like a mother.
Yeah,
like because she can hear all of them. Maybe there's a way that she can communicate with them and like not control them, but like tell them what to do, like a queen alien would.
Yeah.
So she'd be like an interim queen.
Until... interim queen. I like it. Yeah. We'll see, man. It's like I said, man, that the show is turning out significantly better than I was anticipating it being, and kudos to them for this episode, because this could have came off really cheesy and could have came off as a ripoff of the original Alien movie. But it doesn't. It doesn't. It stands on its own. It might even stand ahead of that first Alien movie, just because we have so much other stuff. There's a lot of other stuff going on here versus just one singular focus, like in the Alien, the original Alien movie.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more in store for sure, and I'd like to know, like, they need to like hurry up and renew this show.
Yeah, I don't know if this is I was trying to look that up, but I can't really find anything on it. And it'd be interesting. You would almost need to. It would almost have to be like an anthology series, like Monster cool. On Netflix is a prime example.
Which I'm excited for, by the way.
Yeah, American Horror Story be another one where you can't tell another story on Earth. Like, this is the story on Earth. You're going to start to lose some people if this xenomorph stays on Earth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It'd be sweet if they did like something around like Prometheus, like something with that, like more of a, like diving more into that. And like,
yeah, it seems for whatever reason, man, it seems like the new directors of the show, and they hinted a little bit of Prometheus stuff in Romulus, but they seem to just want to kind of forget those two movies happened. And I don't like that, because I do like those movies.
Right.
But you also have to remember that in between Alien and Aliens was like 50 something years of time. Okay. So they go get this egg in Alien. Everything goes bad. They're going to send more ships out to try to get one of these eggs.
Yeah.
So you could just tell it like that. Just send out another ship, and, you know, you could turn it into a planet thing or a moon thing, wherever they find them at.
So how did they find out about the eggs?
That's another thing that could
how do they know about it?
Yep.
Why are they going after it?
Yeah.
If you know anything about it to begin with, why are you messing with it?
Right.
Like, what is the end game here?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just for military prowess. Like, they want these things as weapons, basically.
So that would mean
which is smart.
There'd have to be some type of like observation at some point. Like, they would have had to see these things in action to be like, if we can get our hands on this and control it, it'd be the ultimate weapon.
Yep. Now, I'd like to think that this is maybe their first, at least the whole of the population, or the whole of Weyland-Yutani, or the corporations encountering the xenomorph for the first time in this show. Because Prometheus, you have to remember, was like a top secret mission on the DL, and it really had nothing to do with the xenomorph to begin with. They were going to try to find the engineers. So it had nothing to do with that, and then eventually spun into them developing the xenomorph. But yeah, you'd have to think that this is maybe their first time encountering these eggs. And you can kind of tell that because nobody knows what the hell is going on with them. Like, they try to cut the in this episode. They try to cut the face hugger and melt the dude's neck away. So
they're totally ignorant to it. Well,
totally ignorant. Yeah.
So I think that they've been to multiple planets, I think is what.
Yeah.
Because they've gotten specimen from different places.
Yes. Yep.
And people have died doing this, but they keep doing it. Like,
they don't care.
That's their mission.
That's a corporation, man. That's a corporation for you. It doesn't
Just send
matter.
more. Just send more. They're
we got plenty. Yeah, they're expendable. But you would think that at some point somebody would be like, why don't we just send a whole ship of androids out? Like, these things don't attack androids, and it'd be way easier to get them back if they don't kill the entire ship, right?
Yeah.
So somebody's got to wake up and be like, why are we sending humans again? We got to feed them.
They keep dying.
They
got to sleep. They keep crying about everything.
Yeah, they keep whining about
everything. They
keep
arguing with each other. Like, just send robots, man.
Yeah.
Done.
Yep.
More efficient. They just need a charge. That's all.
Yeah.
Charge them up and they're good to go.
Yep.
All right. That's all I got. I'm pumped.
Like, I am too. Yeah.
I'm sad that there's only 3 episodes left, but I cannot wait to see how it ends.
Yeah. We went from last episode was a little slower. We got a lot of, exposition in that episode, to this episode, which was just such a delight, dude. Like, it just felt.
And even though it was a flashback, it was still full of so much.
Oh, yeah.
So much stuff that I wanted to see.
And it's funny that I didn't point out that I wanted to see that in one of these episodes. Like, they did breeze right over what happened on that ship. You know what I mean? I was like, we have to see that at some point.
We need to see it.
I'm glad we finally got to see what happened, because it was awesome.
It was awesome. It was awesome. Even the brutality of it.
Yep.
Cool. Well, hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment and all that good stuff. Come back next week. We'll talk more Alien. So we'll see you. Peace. I don't know.